We need to talk about Trent. We've got to talk about Trent Alexander-Arnold. We have to talk about what happened at the weekend against Arsenal. Now, Arsenal played against Liverpool on Sunday evening in the Premier League. This could well have been a title decider had Arsenal kept pace with Liverpool, but as it was, I don't want to say it was a dead rubber because it was quite a good game and quite a lot to talk about. Obviously, there were the 4 goals in this one. It was a 2-2 draw, but we need to talk about Trent because he came on from the bench partway through the game in the second half and was booed. Not by Arsenal fans, by Liverpool fans, his own fans. Now, for you guys that don't know, Trent has announced that he's going to leave Liverpool Football Club at the end of the season. He has not announced where he's going, although everybody and their mother believes that he's going to Real Madrid, as do I. I think that's pretty much confirmed. That's going to be happening. He's clearly signed with somebody else, and Real Madrid have very much been the team that he's going to go to. But the point is that he's leaving, and Liverpool fans, or at least some of the Liverpool fans anyway, I should say, did not take that very well. And that is understandable. You wouldn't be happy about it. Why would you be happy about one of your own, for lack of a better term, coming through a Liverpool academy, winning everything with the club, being an excellent footballer, incredible ball-playing player, like the crosses the guy puts in from set pieces, the free kicks he can hit, absolutely mesmeric. Genuinely, one of the best passers of the ball in the history of the Premier League. I will die on this hill quite happily. He is up there with the likes of David Beckham, no doubt, absolutely no doubt for me. But he was booed. Now, why was he booed? And on top of that as well, was the Liverpool fans that did boo, were they correct to do so? Well, I'm going to go into that because I didn't want to talk about this in all honesty, but it's all anybody was talking about yesterday. I was travelling to and from Sheffield. I was going to see my team in the playoff semi-finals, and I had a lot of time to listen on the radio. And it was the main topic of conversation before the game as I was travelling down the car, and it was the main topic of conversation coming back up. And I want to talk about it because I want to kind of get across people's opinions. There are a few different conflicting takes on this as to why he was booed and why some people think it was correct for those Liverpool fans who chose to boo, and why the majority of people, I would say, especially Liverpool fans as well, I'm including you guys in this because you guys had your kind of say on it. Most Liverpool fans, from what I can tell, from the people who were phoning up the radio station that I was listening to, would say that people were wrong to boo. And that's kind of obvious. The reasons for it being wrong to do that are very obvious. He is your own player. He has come through your academy. He is a local lad. He has given everything to the club for the last 20 years. He has won everything with the club. Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup, EFL Cup, Club World Cup, Community Shield. He's won the lot. He has completed football with Liverpool, for lack of a better term. And on top of that as well, as much as we think of football as being more than a job, more than a profession, more than anything else, it is a job. Right? And if he wants to leave and go somewhere else, when his contract expires in the summer, he can do so. That's just the way football is. He's not the first to do it. He's not the last to do it, especially when involving Real Madrid. The amount of high-profile players that have gone there on free transfers over the years is absolutely obscene. I think they've gone on record as saying they basically tap up players, not them personally, but Florentino Perez, the president of Real Madrid, he speaks to players for years and years before they actually go. Antonio Rudiger, who of course left Chelsea for Real Madrid a good few years ago, he basically said that. And I'd be surprised if Perez has not been actually talking to Trent Alexander-Arnold on some level, even if it's just been an email, a WhatsApp, or any kind of messaging service, right? I'd be surprised if they've not had direct contact for the last couple of years or so, because Trent has been a very hot property in that time. He has been renowned for being one of the best passers of the ball for a very long time in the Premier League, the last 3-4 years at least now. So I'd be shocked if Perez has not at least tried to reach out to have a chat with him, and that's been one of the reasons why he has probably signed for Real Madrid. And like, I get it, you're not going to be happy about it. And Liverpool fans have booed their former players when they've come back after joining other clubs, like Luis Suarez when he came back for Barcelona. I imagine McManaman was booed for Real Madrid, and Michael Owen was definitely booed when he came back playing for Manchester United. All absolutely understandable. I don't like it, but if I was in their shoes, I'd be doing the exact same thing. I don't want to go supporting them. I want to make them regret their decision for leaving my club. I understand that. I don't like it. It's not exactly positive, but, in the world of football these days, it's totally fair game, and that is relatively splitting hairs about that. Those kind of examples are not really an issue, but even when those players announced that they were leaving, like McManaman apparently when, again, this is a bit before my time really, I think he left in 99, something like that, long time ago anyway, but he announced that he was going to leave Liverpool in like January and he left in the summer. And he was never booed. This is a long time ago in football, obviously, but Alexander-Arnold has now come out and said that he's going to leave. And I think it's disgusting that he's been booed. I mean, that's my take on all this. I think it's absolutely disgraceful that he's been booed. And again, this is not all Liverpool fans, you know. Apparently, again, this is just going off of what callers are saying. I wasn't in the stadium. I don't know what actually happened before the game. But when they read the lineups out, Alexander-Arnold's name was pretty heavily booed when it was said as a substitute for that game. Now, when he was actually coming off the bench to try and win the game for Liverpool, try and maintain that lead, I should say, not the majority of people booed. It was quite loud, for sure, but it wasn't like the whole stadium. So it's not everybody that was there. It was probably a vocal minority, or maybe like half. You know, it's hard to gauge numbers just by the sound of things, but it wasn't the entire stadium. It would have been a lot louder if it was the whole of Anfield that was booing him. So it wasn't like it was everybody, but it was a significant portion of them. And you could tell when he came off the bench, he was hurt by that. And I don't want to be playing the sympathy card for him here. People will say, oh, well, you know, he can dry his tears with his €100 notes that he's going to be getting from Real Madrid every other week. You know, that people will be saying stuff like that, but he's still a human being. And this is his club that he's supported since he was a boy. And again, some people will say, well, he shouldn't go leaving him, should he? Yeah, it's a tough decision, but, you know, it's wanting to go and experience another team. He's won everything with Liverpool. He owes them nothing. He owes them absolutely nothing. He's won everything with them. So if he wants to go off and go to another club, that's his decision. There's nothing wrong with that. You're not going to like it as a Liverpool fan, but don't go booing the guy. Don't go booing the guy. Come on. He's one of your own. Your motto, your song that you sing for every single game is "You'll never walk alone." You've left him to hang out and dry. Come on. The hypocrisy of those fans that were doing that is downright shameful, in my opinion. It really is. Now, again, there was actually someone who claimed to be someone that booed Alexander-Arnold that came on that radio show, you know, that rung up and said, you know, we did it because, you know, we felt he deserved it. We feel like he deserves this booing because of what he's done. What he's done is just plain wrong, and I don't buy it. I really don't buy it. I cannot support that theory. I can't get behind that thinking. I just think it's toxic. And to be honest with you, instant karma, in my opinion, as well, just came upon Liverpool at that point, because not long after Trent came on and looked visibly just shook, like, wow, you know, like what is going on here? He just basically lost concentration. You know, I know some people say, well, he always does that when he defends. He can't defend. No, he clearly was, his head was not in the game, because Mourinho just completely ghosted into the box when Arnold was actually next to him when the initial shot came in, and Mourinho just tapped it in effectively for an equaliser. Trent was just stood. You just watch him in that clip on the highlights. He stood like a statue. He doesn't move. He doesn't even register that Mourinho's coming in to try and put the ball in the net. So I think it's disgraceful, to be honest. I really do. And the thing is as well, we've got to talk about the elephant in the room here. They're going to play another game. They are going to have another match at Anfield where they will lift the Premier League trophy. Alexander-Arnold will lift that Premier League trophy. Is he going to be booed? Is one of his special moments. I mean, because he's won the Champions League with Liverpool, he's won the Premier League before, but when he won the Premier League before, he did so when there were no fans in the stadium, because it was during the pandemic. This would have been the moment he's been waiting his entire life for. And yes, people have a right to express their opinions. I get that. I support that. People should be allowed and feel free in an open society to get their opinions out, but it doesn't make what they do right. You know, there has to be consequences for your actions, you know, and I just can't get behind it. And to have that hanging over him, it don't feel right, man. It just don't. You know, going into that trophy lift in a couple of weeks' time, I can't say I'm a fan of that. I really can't. So, genuinely, the fans that are booing him, he's your own player. And you're, like you say, your motto is you'll never walk alone, and you've just cast him out. And I know you'll say that, oh, well, you know, he cast himself out by leaving. And I get that viewpoint, but don't go booing him like that. Not when he's still playing for your club. I just think that's disgraceful, to be honest. But I thought Liverpool fans were genuinely above this, but clearly some of them aren't. It's a bit disgraceful, to be honest, to say the least. But your thoughts in the comments below, guys. Were Liverpool fans right to boo Arnold? Do they have a right to boo him? Should they have booed him? Is he right? I just want to get your opinions about this because I know there's going to be a lot of strong opinions about this. And sorry if I sound a bit off today. Hay fever is absolutely rinsing me to pieces today. I keep having to take little breaks to blow my nose and stuff. It's I know, first world problems, woe is me and all that. But yeah, that's been a real challenge today. But yeah. Have your say in the comments below, guys. I want to see what you have to say about this. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you want to see more like this. And yeah, we'll see you soon for some more content. Hopefully a little less like this, to be honest. Not exactly a cheery subject to be talking about, really.